জায়গাও পাওয়া গেছিল এর দায় তারা বাস্তবায়ন করিতে পারছেন আমরা আগে কিন্তু আইডিয়া আইছে লন্ডন থেকে আমার মনে হয় টু বি ফেয়ার অ্যাবাউট দিস আই থিঙ্ক ওয়ান অফ দি কমিউনিটি অর্গানাইজেশন যেটা এই প্রস্তাবটা দিছে একটা হইল গিয়া অরিজিনালি ব্রিকলেন বিজনেস অ্যাসোসিয়েশন রূপ ভাই এম এ রূপ আমার এক সময় সিনিয়র সহকর্মী আমরা বাংলা ড্রামা সোসাইটির মেম্বার তাই সিনিয়র আমি
ইনশাআল্লাহ আমরা আগামী প্রোগ্রাম যেটা করব আমরা এটা আরেকটা পার্ট 2 আমরা করব
তো এখন
চেষ্টা করব
এখন হইল গিয়া ইম্পর্টেন্ট হিস্টোরিক্যাল ফ্যাক্ট যেটা আরেকটা হইল গিয়া যে বহুত দিন অপেক্ষা করার পরে আর আমার পলিটিক্যাল ক্যারিয়ার ধ্বংস হওয়ার পরে আমি একটু রিস্ক নিয়েছি নিয়ে একটা করছি আর না করা হইল না অনেক সব বাঙালি কাউন্সিলররা সমর্থন করছেন বামপন্থী কাউন্সিলররা সমর্থন করছেন এবং প্রস্তাব লেবার গ্রুপও ফাঁস হওয়ার পরেও তো আপনার জায়গা পাইতে হইব টেকা পাইতে হইব তো জায়গা হইল গিয়া যে কোনো উপায় খবর লইয়া আমরা 106 প্ল্যানিং গেইন মানি ও যে পার্কর খান্দাত একটা বিল্ডিং এখন দেখুন নানি ফ্ল্যাট হল ওগুর পারমিশন দিয়া যে বিনিময়ে জায়গা নিয়া আমরা শহীদ মিনারের জায়গা নিছি আর কাউন্সিলর এরা একগুরু আসিল তখনও আমরা আপনার বাধা দিত যে এই প্রজেক্ট যাতে বাস্তবায়ন হয় না তখন আমরা করছি কিটা আমরা কমিউনিটি পার্টনারশিপ করছি আমরা ঐতিহ্যবাহী বাংলাদেশ ওয়েলফেয়ার অ্যাসোসিয়েশনের মাধ্যমে করিয়া বিভিন্ন কমিউনিটি সংগঠনের তাকে 500 পাউন্ড করে চাঁদা নিয়া আমরা এই শহীদ বেদি তৈরি করছি
ইনশাআল্লাহ আমি এটা টাইম ফান্ডিং আমি আইরাম আইলে আপনি কন্ট্রিবিউশন করবা থ্যাংক ইউ জল ভাই
তো ওগুলো হিস্টোরিক্যাল বেসিস আছে
থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ক্লারিফাইং দ্যাট রিয়েলি অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট এবং ইটস ইম্পর্টেন্ট যে আমরা ভিউয়ার হল যারা আছেন আমরা দর্শক হল যারা আছেন আমরা শ্রোতা হল যারা আছেন তারা জিনিসটা বুঝতে যে লন্ডনের শহীদ মিনার বিল্ড হওয়ার আগে ওল্ডামের শহীদ মিনার কীভাবে বিল্ড হইল এবং আপনি ক্লারিফাই করছেন যে আইডিয়াটা এখানে অনেক আগ থেকে শুরু হয়েছিল বা অপোজিশন থাকা এটা আমরা বিল্ড করতাম পারছি না আমরা কাছ থেকে আইডিয়া নিয়ে আরি ওল্ডামেরা তারা বিল্ড করছেন আর তারা বিল্ড করা সম্ভব হয়েছে কারণ তারা কোনো অপোজিশন আসলো না থ্যাংক ইউ আনসার ভাই ডক্টর আনসারুল্লাহ why was it important to replicate the Dhaka Shahid Minar here in East London?
I think the Shahid Minar has significant importance to the history of Bangladesh because the language movement led to the founding of language-based nationalism, Bengali nationalism, which
you're talking about the 1952 movement by the students.
Yeah, gave birth to the Bengali nationalist movement, which then led on to Bangladesh's independence movement.
Right.
So the Shahid Minar is not only seen as a minar to remember those who died, but it's also symbolic in the sense that it's seen as a
language movement.
It's seen as something that opposed oppression, injustice.
Right. Okay.
And it's from that minar that people tend to draw inspiration and courage. I think this is one of the reasons why Bengalis felt that they had to erect a Shahid Minar in the UK. And in fact today we have, if I can recollect correctly, there are at least 6 Shahid Minars across the UK, with Oldham being the first, then obviously the central one in Altawali Park, we have one in Luton, in Birmingham, in Ipswich, and in Cardiff, which was the last one in 2019. And there is, as we talk, I think there's another one being organized in Eastbourne. And it's because, like I said, it serves...
So basically where there are Bengali councillors or the Bengali community is growing, that's where they are trying to build a Shahid Minar.
Definitely. And even today, every time there is a protest march or a gathering against either, be it against racism or for Palestine, people gather in Altawali Park in front of the Shahid Minar. It's also a place of celebration. We've had Boishaki Mela there, we've had open-air festivals, poetry festivals. So it's a place where you remember the past, the people who gave their lives for the language, but at the same time, you draw inspiration and courage to fight on any forthcoming injustices.
And how significant is it for the Bangladeshi community to ensure that the continuity of the Shahid Minar, wherever there are Bangladeshis living outside of Bangladesh?
I think it will continue. As I said, there is already a plan of one being built in Eastbourne. I'm sure that there might be others. And I'm aware that there are a number of Shahid Minars across Europe as well, in Italy, in France, in Holland, in Portugal. So
Thank
I
you
think
so
wherever
much.
there is a sizable Bengali
Thank
community,
you.
they will erect a Shahid Minar.
Thank you, Dr. Ansar. Sorry, I'm not trying to shorten your
That's fine.
answer, but we are running out of the time. As I said, I'm going to do another part of this program because I think it's so important for us to know the history and continue, because obviously what we've touched today is the very basic, but there is a lot more information that we need to know about it. My next question to you, Jalal Bhai, because obviously you were one of the pioneers. Who were the main drivers behind the project from both the community and the council? And we're going to go in a short break, but I want you to give the answers, please.
Yeah, I think I've already mentioned some of the community organizations that were active at the time.
Yes.
So obviously St. Mary's Center played a key role. We were working there. The Brickland Business Association. And later on, we used the name of Bangladesh Welfare Association for Unity.
Thank you so much.
Because that is our oldest organization.
We're going to come back. সম্মানিত দর্শক, আমরা ছোট্ট একটা বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতিতে আবার যেতে হয়। বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতির পর আমরা আবারও আসবো। আপনারা কেউ কোথায় যাবেন না, আমাদের সাথে থাকবেন। We'll see you very soon. Thank you. সম্মানিত দর্শক, আমরা ছোট্ট একটা বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতিতে গিয়েছিলাম। বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতির পর আবার আপনাদের সামনে এসেছি। আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য ধন্যবাদ। জাস্ট বিফোর উই ওয়েন্ট অন ব্রেক, আমরা ব্রেকে যাওয়ার আগে জলবায়ুর সাথে আমরা কথা বলতেছিলাম। এখন আমি আবারও জলবায়ুর কাছে যাব, এবং আমি মনে করি যে এই প্রশ্নটা উনিকে জিজ্ঞাসা করা হইলে খুব একটা সিগনিফিক্যান্ট প্রশ্ন। সেটা হলো, জলবায়ু, how do you see the Shahid Minar and the park working together as a site of both resistance and celebration? Because obviously the Altabali naming of the park, Altabali Park, was a sign of resistance. And building the Shahid Minar is a sign of celebration. How do you see the two, both sides working together?
The establishment of Bangla Town and renaming Spitalfields by adding Bangla Town, establishing the Altabali Park, and of course the Shahid Minar amounts to historical achievements that are going to be significant for our future generations. And it is all about our identity, our existence as a community, and it is a story about our resistance against racism and fascism, and we should continue to cherish that. But we should also be mindful that there are people, our opponents, who are waiting in the wings, that as soon as the generations change, they would like to destroy our achievements. They have tried that in the past, and they will try again, and we have got to be really vigilant about this.
Thank you Jalbai, for your final remark. And Badrul Bhai,
we need to bear in mind, Tower Hamlets has always been a place of constant arrival and departure for migrant communities. Successive community Tower Hamlets aya বসবাস করছে, এস্টাবলিশ হয়েছে, গেছে কি, আমরাও সমান একটা কিছু করিয়া। বাট আমার মনে হয় আমরা একটা মাথাত রাখা উচিত যে আমরা সংগ্রাম করছি, আমরা অ্যাচিভ করছি, আমরা যাইতাম না, আমরা টাওয়ার হ্যামলেটস আসিলাম, থাকমু, থাকতাম। So whatever we do, we need to stay and feel to be proud of being part of Tower Hamlets and a proud Bangladeshi community in Tower Hamlets.
Thank you so much, Badrul Bhai. I think you put it really nicely. Now, Dr. Ansar Ahmadullah, what's your opinion on this? Obviously, you've done a lot of research into this, and you have a vast knowledge.
Well, I think what Jalal has said, Altabali Park, the Shahid Minar, the street names written in Bengali script, the lamppost in the color of Bangladesh's flag, the brick lane art, the Welfare Association, Nozul Center, the mosque, they're all part of the package of Bangla Town. And I think Bangla Town today is still considered to be the heartland of the Bengali community.
But forgive me, Bangla Town is not an officially recognized name. It's just used for the purpose of marketing. Is that correct? Or
it was officially announced by the council in '97 as Bangla Town, and then in 2001 or 2, the electoral word was changed from Spitalfields and Bangla Town
by the boundary commission.
By the boundary
commission.
So it's official.
So it's official.
Okay, right. Sorry. So carry on.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
So I think, Bangla Town and everything that within that.
But sorry, just one further question on that. I mean, although the Boundary Commission have named this area to be a Spitalfield and Bangla Town ward, but it could change at any time, couldn't it? The Boundary Commission could change the name at any time.
If there is significant opposition, then it can be changed. But for the time being, it's official, because if you go on their website and the website of the London Borough of Tower Hamlets, you will see Spitalfields named as Spitalfields and Bangla Town. So it's all official.
Yes,
but anything can be changed if there is significant opposition. And that is why we need to be vigilant as a community and make sure that our achievements are not destroyed.
I mean, it's nothing new, but since I've been involved for a number of years, when Jalbai people like yourselves and Bodruba councillors, I was an activist working in the background. But we've had so many different people that came into Tower Hamlet and tried to change what we have already achieved and established. One of the examples is a school, the Usmani school on Balance Road, a few years back.
Yeah, there was an attempt to change the name.
Proposed to change the name to something else, and the excuse that was given was that Usmani name wasn't attractive and it wasn't doing well educationally, and they felt that by changing the name, the school would do better, and that it would draw people from far apart, and community like ourselves had to stand unitedly and fight that off. So in terms of the other existence that we have that identifies the Bangladeshi community, like yourselves, I also believe that unless we are united and we stand together, there is a possibility that we could end up losing some of it.
Yes,
what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, definitely. I think while we may have achieved quite a lot since the 70s, I don't think we ought to be complacent.
Right.
We ought to remain vigilant. And look to the future positively. And I think
at the same time, it's important to educate our youngsters.
Of course.
Thank you so much. Ansar bhai, Jalwai, your final comment.
Final comment is this, you see. Rishi Sunak became a political activist long after Bengalis, and he became the Prime Minister of this country. Bengalis have been held back. The assumption was that Bengalis should be limited to being councillors, and we have been able to destroy that myth. And in the future, we need to make more significant progress in the political arena so that we have mainstream ministers and people in position.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jalbai. Badulbhai, your final comment.
I think the legacy that we have created and established, that need to continue. And the only way we can do that by enabling, involving our youngsters into what has been done.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Badulbhai. Sorry, I had to cut you short. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our time. So what we've heard tonight is a powerful reminder that public spaces are not just parks or landmarks. They are the canvas of a community memory, struggle and hope. Altabali Park and the Shohid Minar are more than symbols. They are the result of resilience, unity and shared dreams for dignity. As we conclude part 1 of our series, we honor the names and voices and footsteps that carved the path. Please join us in the next episode where we turn to the present, exploring how political divisions are reshaping the park's use and what it means for the future of our community cohesion. May I thank our guests for coming along tonight, and in the next program, my program will be in a month's time, I will go into part 2 to talk more about Shohid Minar and Altabali Park. Please join me then. Until then, please stay safe, keep well, and thank you very much for watching the program. Good night and God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.